Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 47 of Pokemon Horizons titled Liko and Floragato. Put all your heart into it just dropped, and we get our first test for the Terastal course as Liko takes on Katy, the Cortondo gym leader. How does it go? Let's talk about it. Our heroes arrive at Cortondo, and one of the first things we learn is that Dot feels like her battles are more about cleverness rather than being physically strong, which is interesting and something to look forward to when she faces Iono. We also learn that Liko is extremely nervous for her battle. Once they arrive at the town, they smell the fresh bakery and head towards the place where the smell is coming from. Since all other Pokemon love their smell, they decide to go have a bite and love the dessert from the cafe. Eventually, we learn that Murdoch is there, and he's working part-time here at the cafe while waiting on the Brave Olivine to be fixed. That's where we hear some commotion downstairs and go to check out what happened. Similar to episode 43, turns out it's Coral, causing a fuss when the dessert she wants is sold out. Our heroes go to tell her to stop, and then some arguments ensue. Eventually, Coral challenges Liko to a battle, the winner being allowed to battle Katy since she only has time for one challenger today, and Liko accepts since she's never used Terastal Orb in a battle, that would be good practice for her. But the rules are the rules, and the rules say that students can't battle each other with their Terastal Orb. So instead, Katy says that the two will participate in another contest, a cake making contest, to decide who gets to battle Katy. When the contest starts, Liko works with a Floragato to make cake that looks fantastic. However, Coral doesn't know what she's doing. Instead, she tries to turn the cake into shaved ice and has Glalie use Blizzard on it. However, Katy is not happy with this and stares down Coral, harshly judging her, causing Coral to leave. And with that, Liko is considered the winner. Katy tells Liko to try her cake and turns out to be pretty good. And that's the wisdom that Katy wanted to impart on Liko. Sometimes you don't need to practice something like a terrestrialization. If you work with your Pokemon, you can just do it. So with that, the basic battle test is on. The interesting test about this battle is that it's really a battle that can only work in the anime settings. In the actual games, this really wouldn't work, and I've talked about this with other people in the past, but it felt like over time, the Pokemon anime went closer and closer to the games, but because of that, it lost a little bit of its charms in battles. You still got the occasional things here and there that only the anime could provide, but for the most part, it stuck pretty close to the game battle mechanics. That wasn't the case here, and I really enjoyed this change. This battle consisted of Katy's Teddiursa using Charm to stop Floragato close range from attacking much, and then Sweet Scent to stop it from focusing long range. And Liko can't seem to figure out what to do in her situation as her Floragato is getting pummeled by Teddiursa's slash. Liko then has to remember what Katy said about how if you and your partner put your heart to battle, you can do it. So with renewed confidence, Liko has Floragato use Magical Leaf to block Sweet Scent from a distance, then continue using it to prevent Teddiursa from getting close range with Slash before terrestrializing. That gives her the boost she needs as Floragato's Magical Leaf is able to send Teddiursa flying after she terrestrializes. That's when Katy decides she's going to terrestrialize next. This turns her normal type Teddiursa into the bug type Teddiursa. It then tanks a second Magical Leaf from Liko before attacking with Fury Cutter, which KOs Floragato, meaning the battle is over. However, this is different from previous Pokemon series or even the games in that just because Liko lost doesn't mean she failed her test. In fact, the test doesn't really care if you win or lose your battle. The test is more about properly using terrestrialization at the right time and showing that you as a trainer are worthy. And even though Liko lost, she showed those qualities to Katy, meaning that she passes Katy's test. Liko tells Katy she will work harder going forward, and that's it for that. At the end of the day, our heroes have left Cortondo and are camping overnight when they talk about Liko's battle and how the Terastal Magical Leaf was powerful and exciting before we learn that Roy will be next as he looks forward to facing Brassius in Artisan. Overall, a really fun episode. If you've been a Pokemon fan for a long time, this really did feel like an old school Pokemon episode. Ash coming to town, dealing with some issue before facing off against the gym leader. It's a formula that's been around since the beginning of the series, but it works so well, so I understand why they're coming back to it. It is interesting that winning the battle isn't the priority here. It's really just using Terastal properly. And I guess that makes sense since they're really taking the Terastal course and not a battle course, but it would be cool to see our heroes return one of these days to these towns and actually win their battle. But the story is more about advancing our hero's strength slowly and surely, so I can understand why they might not want to do that. Liko lost her battle, so it'll be interesting to see how the other two fare. And also, one of them will probably fail their test by using Terastal incorrectly, so I wonder who that's gonna be. So many questions arriving from this episode. I can't wait to see where it goes. Overall, a fun episode. But what about you guys? What did you guys think about this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, be sure to like, share, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at PdGaming. And that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Peace. Sorry for the sickness.